Good morning to everyone. Hope you are able to listen my voice and able to see my screen. Just type yes in the chat box if you're able to listen my voice and able to see my screen. Okay. So we'll see the continuation of the last session, and we face some issue while doing that is actually creating EC2 instance using AWS. Every day after session completed, I'll share this complete material, running notes, images, everything by using portal. So there will be no WhatsApp and mail forwarding. I'll be uploading the notes. Our course code is actually 12 Devops AWS. Okay, just remember that is 6:30 a.m. So you will be finding all the materials so far, whatever uploaded. You can just see Sunday seminar material, introduction document, AWS introduction, SDLC, and so far all backup notes, typings, and images. You can find it out here. And AWS account creation setup. You will see download option. You can directly download this. Just click on this symbol to download. Okay. This is the notes you can find from the portal access. Okay. Let's continue here. I want to do Linux practice. For that, what we are going to. So yesterday, I just gave some overview, started here. Linux is actually a kernel, sir, that is used to represent like an operating system, which will connect to hardware components. So this is actually open source. So open source actually indicates you can take their code and you can check it, you can modify it, and you can upgrade, and you can release your own code also after modifying. That is having a software on top of kernel. It's a shell. Shell is an interpreter which will convert our commands, whatever the commands you type through terminal, shell will convert into kernel understandable format. And on top of that, we'll be writing some applications, set of commands or statements that's actually having to be implemented, of course, which are implemented already. Okay, that is we are going to do. You can see yesterday I gave some structure, that is how a shell looks, kernel looks. So you can see this is first of all hardware will be there on top of Linux kernel, on top of shell, and on top of application. Okay. Now today I want to do practice of some Linux commands. So for that, what we are going to do, we are going to launch one AWS EC2 machine. We are going to launch one AWS EC2 machine. Okay. Now, what are the steps I'm just giving? I have prepared the document and also shared with you. You can just check it. This AWS EC2 instance creation steps and connecting using MOBA Extreme software. Okay, I'll show you at last how to connect using Mac OS also. Observe. First, go to this location, amazon.com. There's actually console. Okay, then it will ask you to log in. You can see one option. There you can find login. Click on that login. Okay, you need to enter the credentials here. And I have enabled MFA, multi-factor authentication. I have downloaded and installed a software in my mobile, that is Google Authenticator. If you want, I'll show how to activate this post session. Okay, so you will see the screen, and make sure that your name is displaying and the next symbol is the nearest region that you have to choose. Okay, up to this, I think almost it went properly. From there, I'm showing continuation. Look at step number 2. We have to launch AWS Linux machine. Okay, after choosing the region, you can follow all the steps in the document as per the document. Okay, so here you have to search EC2. You have to search here. Okay, and choose one option that is EC2. EC2. Okay, EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay, if you want to get the full form here, EC2. Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay, in simple, so we are actually taking a computing capacity, means CPU, RAM, storage. We are just taking all the things that can be elastic, means you can increase the capacity and decrease the capacity, okay, based on your requirement here. Okay, so finally, by using EC2, we are going to launch one Linux machine, that is Linux instance here. Okay, so once you come here, observe carefully. Here you will see instance is running 0. Instance is running 0, and you see security group 1. Actually, I have created a second one, that's why it is showing 2. And key pairs also you will see initially 0 by default. Okay, if you just go and see another region, I'm just choosing N Virginia. See here, these are the defaults you see. Of course, even one security group, it's a one key pair. Okay, so here you can see all the details. I'm just changing back to Mumbai. Okay, so EC2 instance are region specific, means if you create in the Mumbai, they are available in the Mumbai location only. Those are not available in Virginia locations. You have to create your Linux machine in a specific region. For example, if we create EC2 instance AP South 1, then it cannot be accessed from other location, other region, not location. Okay, if you create in the Mumbai region and you change to some other region, something like North Virginia, okay, or as some California, if you change, okay, you can't find that. So always remember which region that you are actually choosing or working. Okay, the same region you will find always. Okay, choose one option, launch instance. I'm just choosing launch instance option. Just click on this launch instance. So I'm just giving the configuration from beginning. Observe the name I'm just giving here, my Linux machine, or any name you can give, no issue. Scroll down. As of now, you choose Amazon Linux only. I'll show later how to choose other softwares and work. Amazon Linux machine, AWS. So AWS organization also, they have used, okay, Linux kernel and implemented some operating system, and they actually called as Amazon Linux. Okay, Red Hat organization, they are also implemented one Linux machine. They are actually called as RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Okay, we'll come for those. Okay, so as of now, we are choosing Amazon, and next you should check it should be free tier eligible. What if we choose other option other than free tier eligible? Nothing will be done. Just billing is generated. You need to pay the bill at the end of the month. Okay, so I'll show how to check the bills also later at the end of the month. Okay, every day it will be generated. Bill will be generated if we use non-free tier options. Okay, and billing checkings I'll show how it is actually going to be. Okay, so here you will find instance type. This one should also be free tier eligible for practice purpose. This is T2 micro. So in case of free tier, you will get one core CPU and 1 GB RAM. Bit slow machine only, but okay for practice. Next, key pair. Okay, so key pair is a concept. Observe. So here, it will generate one unique number. Just assumption like this here. I'm generating one unique number. That number like this, a number is generated. Just for your understanding, I'm explaining first. Look at carefully. This unique number, okay, I'm just dividing into two parts. Okay, so this one I'm just keeping with me. So this one I'm keeping with me here. This is a full number which is actually generated initially. Now the first part I'm just keeping with me, and second part I just gave it to my friend. Hey, keep it with you. Next time if you're coming and meeting me, okay, just show this number. Okay, so that I'll confirm, okay, yes, you are my friend, or you are my, so the person who knows to my friend. So if you want to do any transaction or anything, you just tell me this number. I'll cross check is that entire number is matching with me or not. Okay, I'll just cross check here, entire number is matching or not. If it is matching, okay, we'll do the transactions. Okay, like a unique number is generated and given to the person, so that in the future any transaction is going to be done with the same person or as some third party persons. Okay, we'll cross check this. Okay, why we are doing all these things? For security. Okay, secure identity. Okay, in the same way, what exactly we are doing here, in the same way, so we will be having a concept called a key concept, that is called private key and public key. Private key and public key concept, or public key private key concept, whatever you call here. Okay, by using a technique, we are going to generate one key. I'll show how to generate the key later. It will generate two keys. One is actually public key and public key understandable private key. These two are generated. Okay, this public key, they will kept at AWS level. AWS is saying I'll keep my public key here, and the private key is actually given to users, or nothing but actually DevOps engineers or AWS users. Okay, that's actually private key. They're actually calling as a .pem. That is called privacy enhanced mail. PEM stands for privacy enhanced mail. .pem file. They are saying, hey, please keep this with you. Next time you want to connect with AWS EC2 instance. Okay, that EC2 instance actually needs these two things for checking. Okay, so EC2 instance, if you want to connect it to EC2 instance, okay, we have already public key, and this private key, you just keep it with you. Whenever I ask, you need to give. So here observe, this is a key pair login. Sir, is this mandatory? Okay, No, it's actually optional, but it is recommended to have. I'm choosing one option. Proceed without a key pair, not recommended. But of course, I can tell, hey, AWS, why all this nonsense? Okay, just allow me. Okay, I just want to connect and allow me, but it's not a recommended approach here. Existing keys also you can see. Okay, if you have this key with you .pem file, that is fine. Just now I deleted. So what I'll try to do, I'll create a new key pair. Okay, so click on create new pair. AWS Linux, like this. I just choose the name. So here we have the algorithm to generate the key and encrypt the key. We have ED algorithms and RSA algorithms. We'll speak about this later. And if we have a software called Putty, some people call as Putty. It's a Putty software. If we have, there's a PPK, Putty private key, PPK, Putty private key. Okay, so if you have direct SSH client like Mobile Extreme, or if you're using Mac softwares, Linux machines, even OpenSSH, that is fine. PEM file, okay, RSA and PEM file, just create a key pair. I'm just choosing this option. Whenever you create, it will automatically download only one time. You have to keep that key pair safe. Okay, it's a Linux AWS. I have just chosen. Okay, so here this is a secure connection purpose. Private key is actually generated and shared to end customers, nothing but AWS users. Okay, so file, that's actually file extension is .pem. Privacy enhanced mail. Okay, so that's actually PEM file that's actually used at the time of connecting. Coming to network settings, just cross check. Okay, so here create a security group is chosen or not. Okay, allow SSH traffic is chosen or not here. Okay, if you want, you can choose other checkbox also anywhere. Just cross check. Okay, as of now, security group allow SSH traffic anywhere. That's fine. Okay, configure storage, that is also keep it default. Okay, just check 8 GB SSD it is allocating. Okay, see, if you want a laptop, generally what is required? Okay, first you need some hardware, right? Then after you install OS. Okay, now we are actually choosing all hardware with network actually. CPU we are choosing, RAM we are choosing, SSD we are choosing. Okay, some other softwares to be installed, we are choosing all these things. Okay, so this is what exactly we are choosing here. You can observe this is storage. GP2 or GP3 is fine. As of now, anything is okay. General purpose 3. Okay, current class GP2 is an old class. Okay, up to 30 GB you are eligible. Okay, that is 30 GB per month you can use. As of now, I'm just using 8 GB, that is sufficient. Okay, don't touch any other things here. So configure storage, that is we are using SSD, solid state drive. Hard disk is an old mechanism. Okay, Linux machines by default uses 8 GB SSD. That's called volume. Means storage. In simple, it's actually storage. So there is a default actually. You can increase, that is okay for free tier for practice. So what exactly you have chosen? Launching the instance, mentioning the name here, choosing AWS Linux machine. Okay, so choose free tier eligible to avoid billing. Create a new key pair, and once key pair is created, it will download. Choose the default networking security configurations. Okay, you can see allow SSH traffic anywhere. Okay, so configuration storage, keep it same, don't modify. If everything is done, okay, don't touch advanced settings as of now. Here you see one option called launch instance. Launch instance you see. I'm just clicking on that. You will see a success message. Successfully initiated instance. You can directly click on instance option. Okay, or else you can click on this number also fine. ID. I'm just clicking on this ID. Okay, you can see your instance. Or else you can do one thing. Okay, you have to do continuously refresh. Instance state initially it might be showing pending. Pending. So here it is actually now it is showing running. You have to wait until it is showing running. Okay, you can even click on search box. See, you can even click on in the search box instance state. Instance state. Okay, again instance state equals to running. Like that also you can see. Click in the search box. Instance state equals running. Continuously I'll be using this. That's why I'm showing. Okay, now if you want to see about this machine details, okay, just click on this. You will see some details below, and most important as of now you should see public IP address. This public IP address is actually going to change if you restart the instance. Private IP address remaining same, but if you want to connect, you need a public IP address, not private IP. For connecting the machine, okay, I want to connect EC2 instance from my machine, means my laptop or my PC. Okay, so I'll use a software that is called SSH client. Okay, we need SSH client. So example, MOBA extern or open SSH, anything. What it is actually going to do, it is actually creates a secure connection between our PC and AWS cloud. So AWS instance and PC, it will create a secured connection so that you can execute any commands that will be going. To do this connection, what are required? We need public IP of the EC2 instance. If not public IP, you can even use public IP v4 DNS here. This is also fine. This is also fine. Either you can choose this IP address or you can choose the DNS name, domain name server instead of IP address. They have given a name. Okay, anything is fine. Anything is fine. But I'm just mentioning public IP. Private IP not required here. Okay. So because private IP is actually within the AWS, one machine to another machine. Okay. So we are actually in a different network. If you change network, okay, if you're not related to same LAN, you need public IP. You please ask your question at last. I'll give clear answer even. Okay, you have to be in the public IP. Okay. So we need one SSH secure shell client software to connect with EC2 instance. Example, MOBA extern or open SSH. By default, open SSH will come in the Mac laptops or Linux machines. So you need not install this. Okay. So then you need to provide details. What are they? Public IP. Second, it's actually what is the username? By default, one user will be created and given. Okay, EC2-user. That's the default user created. We need any one user. You can create Ajay, Sam, Syed, like that. See, whenever you go to your user accounts in the Windows or Linux, he will find one name. Okay, username. Next is a port number, because everything is a request and response. We need a port. Okay, and the protocol default is actually SSH. The connection name also SSH, right? Default port also 22. Okay, sometimes it can be changed even. Okay, that's a protocol. And private key finally, that is PEM file. So these are all the details required to connect with our EC2 instance. To connect with EC2 instance, these are all the details required. Don't worry, every day we are going to do, so you need not to buy hard this. Okay, every time we are going to do this process only. Okay, so you don't know details, then what to do? You will be finding one option called connect here. Okay, first you need to choose the checkbox. See, here I am unable to click on this. You have to click on this. Just click, so it is selected or checkbox selected. Then you click on connect option. When you click on connect option here, it will give instance ID, leave it, public address, fine, username, okay. Or if you have a direct command, you can copy paste also. It is saying open SSH client, okay, terminal. Okay, locate to private key. It will be in D drive or something like a downloads location. You have to go to there. Run this command for permissions. If it's not able to view ch mode, will change the permission. Okay, in case of for Linux users, I'm showing here. Connect to your instance using this DNS, means copy paste this command. Two commands only you have to type. 1 and 2 in case of Mac users. Okay, of course in the Windows also you can do this. Okay, I'm just choosing the public IP. Okay, I'm just opening MOBA Xterm. Already session is there, you can modify, right click and delete. I'm just doing. Just 1 second. Okay, I'm just clicking on top option here. You see session option. Just clicking on session. Then SSH. SSH. If anybody is using Mac machine, you can just follow the instructions and do it. Create a EC2 instance. At last, I'll show how to connect from your machine. I can ask you to share the screen and we can do that. It's a public IP. Okay, and username you can see it's a EC2 user. EC2-user. Port number it's a 22. Advanced SSH settings. Okay, first you choose SSH option. Fill these three details. And advanced SSH settings here. You can see private key. Choose this checkbox and browse here. Private key. Browse here. Copy that PEM file. Where exactly you have PEM file. You can see. Click on OK. Click on accept. You will see control plus scrolling mouse. You can see it's, I'm just increasing the size. Clear. Just I'm typing the command who ls pwd date logout. Press R to restart the session. You can see. Just I'm clicking R. Just I'm clicking R. Okay, I just gave those examples also here. Okay, just type some commands just for confirmation. I'll explain the commands, don't worry. This is a confirmation. Okay, delete EC2 instance at last. This is very, very, very important, sir. Okay, see, once it is done, I'm just going to EC2. It is, you can see EC2 dashboard here. Okay, this option. Okay, if you search ECE2, you will just click on this. There if you are in any other option, click on dashboard. Okay, if you might be under instances, okay, or click on dashboard. It is actually final place where you can see everything. Instances running, one you can see. Just click on this instance running and you can see the instances. Or directly you can come to instance option also. Either this one or through this one. Anything is fine. Okay. Now you see running instances. At last, once your work is done, your practice is done after an hour. Okay. So after an hour or half an hour, choose instance state option. Just click on this. Choose instance state. See, all are disabled because we did not choose this. Okay. We have to choose last option, terminate. I'm unable to do. First, click on this. You must have selected the checkbox instance state terminate, not now, at the end. At the end, I'm just showing. Okay, don't create multiple instances, just create one instance as of now and practice. Make sure that is created using T2 micro. T2 micro. Okay, so that is created in your nearest region. Okay, and assigned with a public IP. Okay, and I'm using this is key pair name, AWS Linux key pair. Okay, that's fine. And you will see a lot of tabs here. Don't worry about all these things. We'll come for that later. Okay, this is the one. Hope you got this. Okay. Is anybody there who created instance using AWS and you are using Mac laptop? Okay. Yeah, Naresh, can you, Prince, anybody just raise the hand? I'll ask you to unmute and I'll use screen sharing permissions even. Good morning, Naresh.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Raghu. Hi.
Yeah.
Sir.
Can you see screen sharing option? And I have just stopped screen sharing. Are you able to see? Share your screen. Green color, you will find some symbol.
Okay.
Do you know how to do?
I'm just trying to find where it is exactly.
Prince, if you can share the screen.
Is it in settings, sir?
I'm not sure how you are actually connected. Yeah, Prince has started sharing. Okay, that's fine. Okay, please you mute your device.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Prince, you are able to speak?
Yes.
Yeah, please share your screen. Please share your screen.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. So you just click on that option, checkbox, Linux DevOps machine. Okay, now you're finding this public details, all right. Click on connect symbol. Just click on connect symbol. Okay, third tab, SSH client. SSH client. Okay, so third command, copy symbol is there, ch mode. It just copy symbol is no, third, 1, 2, 3. Come to third. Yeah, click on that. Okay, now go to your terminal. Just minimize this. Okay, I think you did not share full screen option. Open the terminal and again share your screen. Full screen it will show instead of choosing single app.
Okay, am I sharing now?
Yes, great. Open the terminal. Choose first one. Where did you download that key? Is in downloads?
Yes.
Okay, just type cd space I think it's in a home drive, right? Yeah, tilde symbol.
What?
Symbol tilde. That is, yeah, you just go to downloads location. You know how to type the command? No, not like that. You can just downloads. You can just type cd space. No, not like that. I just gave complete command. You can just check it. Cd space. First, you have to go to that location. Just type ls better. We can find here. However, we are here only, right? Yeah. Cd space. Here just you type cd space cd space capital D O W. Yeah. Press tab. Yeah. It will fill that. Tab key. Yeah. Press enter. Yeah. Okay. Just click on OK. Yeah. Press ls. What is the PEM file name you give?
I don't even have that.
Yeah. Okay. You paste that command which you copied just now. Third command. Yeah. Press enter. Very good. Okay. It is there. Okay. Now come back to your browser and see that example command.
This one?
Yeah. Click on that. Go to your terminal. Paste it. Press enter. Yes. YES. Type YES. Press enter. Okay. Very good. Type clear. WHO. Who. Yeah. You see easy to user, right? That means you
Yes.
are connected. Okay. You can type date command. Date. DAT. Press enter. No, just date. Log out. LOGOUT. Okay. You understood, right? How to connect. Now you came back to your machine. You got the point?
Yes.
First, you
Yes.
should go to the key location. So this actually placed, this key PEM file is actually placed in downloads location. So you can just type grep if you want to find the file. grep space grep space PEM. That's file extension. No, PEM, not temp. PEM. Press enter. I think there are a lot of things in the downloads.
Yeah, I have a lot of things in there.
It takes some time if that is the case. Okay, just to search whether this file is there or not. Okay, that's fine, no issue. Okay, you can just press Control C, Command C, I think, for you. So you understood, right, how to connect?
Yes, I did.
Great. You can close the terminal if you want. Okay, I'm just stopping your screen sharing.
A minute. Thank
Please
you.
mute your device. Yeah. So everybody understood, right? How to connect by using this. And still, if you have any issue, at last I'll support to you. Meanwhile, you can try. No issue. Okay. That is by using Linux machines. The connecting by using your Mac OS or Linux directly you can connect. Of course, the same thing we can do in Windows operating system also. Instead of typing the command, I'm just using this software that will internally type the command. Okay. Now let us continue from here. Let's continue from here. CLS, sorry, clear. Or you can type C. I'm just typing LS, CLS like this. Okay. I can click Control L. That's a shortcut to clear the screen. Or you can type even clear. Okay. So here I just mentioned stage 3. After connecting here, all these details, execute some commands. These are the commands. And you can log out if you want to come out of this. This for mobile exterm, you can press R. Okay. In case of Mac operating system, just press up arrow and do this. Okay. So at last, once your work is done, at last, go to AWS account and click on instance. Okay. So checkbox is there and choose the instance state that's actually terminate, or you can stop also. Okay. That's actually generally stop and terminate meaning is different. Okay. As of now, you do terminate only. Stop means you can restart again. But observe, look at my public IP address. Look at my public IP address. Okay. I'm just stopping this machine. I'm just stopping this machine. Okay. So confirm you want to stop this instance. Okay. Choose the stop button. Yes, I want to stop. Refresh. It's actually showing instance state as a stopping. In your words, it's actually shut down. Okay. I'm just shutting down my instance. I'm not terminating. I'm not deleting that. It will be there with AWS. Okay. I'm just stopping for a period of time. So you may ask questions, sir, why to stop? Okay. Whenever it's in stopped state, you won't get any billing. Of course, it's a free account. Now it's fine. Okay. So generally in case of paid accounts, okay. So you see state as stopped. You won't see any public IP, but private IP is still assigned. Okay. You won't get any bill. Okay. So here I'll suggest Chandu, as of now you're doing practice, right? You do terminate until I say you stop it. Okay, I'll show now. See, I'm restarting this one, right? Go to instance state and start. Okay, as of now you terminate. Everyone, you do practice and terminate. Okay. Look at the public IP. It's actually restarting. You will see running. After running, look at the public IP again and see. Did you observe carefully? If you start and stop, if you restart the EC2 instance machine, is that showing same public IP or different public IP? Now, question number 1, what is the difference between stop and terminate EC2 instance? This is a question 1. Okay. Okay. Does public IP gets changed by AWS EC2 if we restart? Okay. Answer is yes. Okay. I'm not giving answers. You have to write these questions and answers. Okay. Stop nothing, but we can restart the machine. We can reuse the machine. Your data everything will be there. It's like shutting down and starting up again, restarting, rebooting. Terminate means you are telling EC2 instance. Terminate means you are telling to AWS, hey, I don't need this instance. Okay, you please delete it. If I want, I'll create new instance. Okay, whatever the data is there inside that, if I create some files and folders, you please delete those. I don't want those. You please delete everything. Okay, so that is terminate instance. You cannot restart. It's deleting permanently from AWS. Hope you got the difference between these. Okay, but you write the answers. Okay, every day after session complete, in the document itself you will find some questions, or else I'll be typing some important questions here. You please remember those. Okay, what are all details required for SSH connection? Okay, you need the details like what? Public IP, username, port number, protocol, and private key. These are all details required here. Okay, so in the PEM file we gave, okay, so here we give in advanced SSH settings. There we give use private key, and there we choose PEM file. This is a location. There we give. Okay, in the document also I have given. Look at terminate instance. If you done, you can just go this. And in the mobile XTerm also, how to provide all the details I gave, PEM file. Okay, so if you press R, it's saying, oh no, it is actually not going to be. Right click and edit session. If you restart the machine, edit session, I'm just choosing. Right click and edit session, because IP address is modified. Copy this, paste it. Okay, same PEM file, no need to modify. Click on OK. And I'm just pressing R. Execute. Just accept it. So now you see. Okay, this actually location you can just confirm. This just launching EC2 instance. I'll give all Linux commands one by one to do practice with their meanings. Okay, today your work is to just do this setup and try to create an instance. At last you terminate just by practicing few commands. That is for just confirmation whether you are able to launch. Did you launch properly or not? Any permissions are there or not? Okay, you can execute any temporary Linux command, no issue, nothing will happen. Okay, you can do R&D also your own. Go to internet and search some Linux commands and type, no issue, nothing will happen. However, it will terminate. But don't install any software. If a command is something like sudo yum install, don't do this. Okay, other than this you can try any command, no issue. Okay, that's fine, because installation you will feel some complication, or you may get stuck. That's why I'm mentioning this one here. Okay, did everyone observe how to connect by using mobile XTerm and also by using Mac machine? Mobile XTerm is actually for Windows users only. Mac, directly you can type the commands, just like two commands. Go to your downloads location. Okay, so go to your downloads location. Generally, where exactly you have private key file. Okay, for example, if you press Ctrl J, so this in Windows, you can see the location of this PEM file, and then you execute this command permissions. Okay, and then you execute this command, and you type logout to come back to your machine. Just type logout to come back your machine, and by mistake it is deleted from your machine. If this is deleted, okay, then while creating new EC2 instance, please generate a new PEM file instead of choosing this one. Okay, if you don't have this file in your local machine, okay, for the next time you better create a new one. Okay, now let's come back to the Linux machine, Linux operating system. If you have any questions, not to worry, at last I'll address your questions. Okay, yesterday I gave few points. Linux previous family is actually Unix. Okay, so this is called kernel, operating system kernel. There is no mistake if you call Linux kernel or Linux OS, but standard word is Linux kernel. Okay, so that is hardware component connectivity software. It's an open source. Okay, you can take that code, you can modify the code, and you can release the code. Everything you can do. Linus Torvald is a person who created Linux. Okay, and it's a free of cost. You can use it. Okay, so this is the best to use software, but Linux internally having so many distributions are company based Linux operating system. Ubuntu is a mostly used software even, okay, for student purpose, for learning purpose. Okay, but I'll show Ubuntu, CentOS, Red Hat, multiple softwares and their differences also. Almost commands are similar. Okay, more than 95% of commands are similar, whatever you type in the Ubuntu, in the CentOS. Some packaging, managing, network connectivities slightly changes, remaining almost similar. Anything you download and anything you configure and work, no issue. Okay, and we work mostly with Amazon Linux, which is very comfortable to practice for student perspective with less configurations. Okay, so these architectures we have seen, and there are 200 plus Linux distributions available, means 200 plus types of Linux softwares are there. Okay, if you learn any one, remaining also you can learn easily. Okay, so this is architecture we have seen yesterday. Okay, so now these are the features I gave. Main features are open source, multi-user, shell, and security. And today we have seen about environment setup. We'll see how to connect by using Putty software. Some organizations, if you join, they'll be using Putty instead of MOBA Xterm. Okay, we'll see Putty software connectivity later. As of now, you try to connect and practice. Now coming to Linux file system. Observe, from here onwards, we are doing continuation. Generally, in case of Windows machine, I'm just speaking about Windows always, just for clarity. In the Windows machine, what you will be having, this is your storage. Okay, SSD, or you can also call it a hard disk, whatever you have. Okay, we will create drives first of all: C drive, D drive, E drive, and F drive. Like we'll be creating drives, right? Everything is a drive. If you attach a pen drive, yes, that is going to create as a drive. Okay, in the drive, you can do two things mainly. One is actually what? You can create some folders, or you can create some files. A file can be image, PDF, document, okay, text, anything. In case of what, actually it is Windows. This is Windows machine file system, or file system hierarchy, whatever you call here. Okay, this is file system hierarchy. Now coming to Linux operating system, how it exactly looks. Even for Mac also almost similar. Okay, first you will find a topmost folder that is actually slash, just a slash. Yes, just a slash symbol, forwarding slash. This is actually called root. That is actually called root or root directory. Directory means it's a folder. Generally, we call here directory. In Windows, we actually call as folders. Directory. Inside that, you will find lot of subdirectories. Means child folders or subfolders. You'll see lot of directories. Now, do you want to see what are the directories available? I'm just typing ls space slash, pressing enter. Observe. ls space slash, or that is actually root, pressing enter. Look at what are the directories available: bin, boot, dev, etc, home, lib, lib64, local, media, mounting, okay, opt, process, root, run, sbin, system, service, temp, okay, usr, not user, it's a usr. Okay, this is actually where we have lot of folders here, lot of directories. Okay, you want to see what is there in the bin, again you can type ls/bin. You can see so many. Okay, just I'm clicking Ctrl L to clear the screen. Okay, you will find lot of folders, that's directories I'm just giving here. You will see bin, binaries. You will see lib, libraries. Okay, so you will see opt, you will see sys, you will see home. Like there are so many folders available, so many directories are available. Under home, in my machine, I have created 3 users, just assumption. Okay, still I did not create, actually I'm going to. So I have created a user called Sam. So you will see a directory dedicated for Sam. All user Sam files are present here. Okay, and I created a user Syed and user Ajay. So how many users you create? So there is actually a directory created like this. And of course, you will see, okay, for administrator, we generally call in Windows. Okay, here is actually called root user. I'll give some terminology, Linux. First, Linux terminology and equal to Windows terminology for your easy understanding. And if you don't know Windows, don't worry, directly you learn through Linux concepts only. So in the Linux, we call directory, and here we call Windows. So directories and folders, and we'll be having admin home folder. Here we actually called as root. There's actually admin home folder. It's a root folder. Okay. So if we have multiple users created, for every user, a folder is created. These are all folders, sir, or directories. These are all directories. Okay. Just use a command ls list files or folders. List all the details, means view what is there inside that. Okay, for example, if you just open this, you will see all the files, right? Just click on that, you will see all the folders. Just double click on that one to see what are all the files. Okay, and you can create, delete. You're doing right here. It's a ls to list all the files. Okay, you can just type ls ls/root. Okay, ls/lib, ls/etc. You can just type, no issue. You can see all the different types of files. The first command you use, ls, listing of all the different types of files. You can just see. Okay, so here you need to remember 2 important symbols in the Linux. In the Linux, 2 important symbol. Okay, that's actually this one and tilde symbol. Okay, so generally you see there's actually dollar symbol representation. Okay, see, tilde symbol is there. That tilde symbol indicates user home directory. The username is actually EC2 user. Okay, the username is called EC2 user, and you are currently in the EC2 user home directory. The tilde symbol says. Okay, so here cd slash. Okay, this actually root folder. It's a root folder. You can see cd. There's actually tilde symbol beside to the 1 in your keyboard, number 1 beside to keyboard 1. You see. Okay, just remember these two. This is root folder or directory. You just call directory. Folder I'm just giving for word understanding here. Home directory of current user. Okay, these are the symbols you remember, please, always. And of course, here even slight changes also you can observe. Okay, look at the symbol. Look at the symbol hash. Look at the symbol dollar. Okay, whenever you see symbol hash, the current user is a root user. Only for root user, you see symbol hash or hash trick, whatever you call here. Okay, dollar indicates a normal user. Okay, so it's actually outside this name Okay, name representation here. Okay, generally if you see outside, it's a dollar indicates the current user is a normal user. So here symbol hash indicates it's a root. Root user, normal user. Don't worry, we just check all this every day, not to worry about this. Okay, so we are using Linux machine, right? Okay, and we created using AWS. So EC2 user, a user is created and a folder also created for this. Like this you can find. EC2 user. Clear? Okay, these are the points here I'm just giving. Now they ask question actually, explain Linux machine folder system or file system. Remember, everything is a file in Linux. Everything is a file. Okay, even directory also one type of file. A file called directory. Okay, PDF is a file. Okay, everything. Okay, so in the Linux, everything is considered as a file system. Remember. Okay, Linux file system hierarchy, directory structure. You can identify here example. I'm just giving it's a root, bin, opt, boot, root. That starts with actually slash. You can see always you have to start from slash if you want to indicate any location. Okay, generally in the Windows, how you represent Windows, the full path is nothing but D drive. Okay, test folder. Okay, sample folder, abc.txt. Same thing if you want to represent in the Linux. Okay, start with root folder. Inside that some test folder. Inside that sample folder, abc.txt. Okay, here drive location representation will be there. Here it's nothing but single drive. In your easy understanding, everything is a root drive. Okay, there's no need to keep C colon, D colon, E colon, nothing required. Just remove that. Starts from slash root location. Okay, these are all the different folders. You know, don't worry. No need to remember any folder name as of now. Okay, just listen. Okay, this is structure. We'll practice all this. Symbol slash indicates root directory. Bin means binaries. Okay, whatever the commands you are typing, ls command, cat command, cp command, date command, all the commands meanings are available in bin folder. They are present there in the bin directory, binaries. Okay, boot means if you are directly actually doing log on, log out. Okay, so you are actually starting your OS using the kernel. All the information will be available inside the boot folder. Boot folder, boot directory. Okay, dev means not development, it's a device. It's a device. Okay, that's actually related to hardware device. Did you attach pen drive? Did you connect it to printer? Okay, did you connect it to two mouses? Like that we'll be having. So that's actually you can see here device. Okay, etc contains actually configurations, not etc. It's a configuration, network configuration, user account configuration, system services, how many running and how many stopped and all. Okay, home indicates actually home directories of users. Lib indicates libraries. Okay, some applications you want to run, we need some libraries. Okay, like JRE, some jar libraries will be there. Okay, our system libraries will be there. EMNT means mount points. Okay, generally if you want to connect with your USB drives and you want to link with your local drives, okay, our local folders, we have to create a mount. That mount will allow you to read the data or write the data to external drives. External drives, something like hard drive or USB drive. Okay, OPT, optional software packages. If we have any third parties, okay, not related to system core here. Okay, process that actually contains process information or virtual information, hardware is running. Root /root, it's a directory for the root user. SBIN, it's a system binaries for administrator purpose. Whenever you see any folder generally starts with S, that is actually bin and SBIN Okay, lib and slib like that you see, that's for administrator. Okay, means for generally for root user. Temp, it's a temporary folder. You can delete and you can create any temporary files and you can work. USR related to applications. Okay, like if you want to download and keep any source codes, okay, this is a recommended directory. Where, okay, so there's actually variable files like log files, okay, temporary mails, temporary messages generated, it's recommended to use. Okay, you will get confusion, sir, already one folder is there, one directory is there, why similar like that? Don't worry, we'll see all this later with practice one by one. Majority, you need not to touch all of this, okay, but some major directories will be there that we'll learn step by step. Okay, so we have some different types of files. I'm not going through that. Okay, these are the different directories you can find it. Okay, or different files you can just see here. Now I am just giving a simple work. Look at very simple work. Okay, okay, so here I'm just giving a task. First I'll show examples. Look at, I want to list all the files ELS. No files are there currently. Let me create a file, empty file, touch. Touch is used to create an empty file. Okay, details, no need to give any extension. This is not extension based OS, this is actually data based OS. We'll see that. No need to give any extension, just press enter. Touch, touch, info, information, info, touch, models, ELS. You see all the files created. Okay, delete, RM, details, press enter. Okay, now again type ELS. You see only two files are there. RM is for deleting, touch is actually for creating empty. Okay, so you can see inform and models. Now I want to write some data. I want to write some data to inform. Just I'm typing echo welcome. It will display. Now I'm just want to write greater arrow symbol here. You can see arrow symbol. I'm just giving the file name. Any file name you can give inform. Press enter. ELS. Okay. You want to see the content cat inform. Cat will display the content of the file. Look at it's a welcome. Cat models, it's a empty. Now look at the commands one by one. Basic Linux commands. One ELS to view files and folders. Listing the files. Touch to create an empty file. And of course, there is another definition, update a timestamp of a file. But we'll come for that later. As of now, creating empty file. Okay. Echo, just some double quotes message. This actually to print message to console. Okay, black and white terminal, whatever you call here, echo. Okay, so this actually just for printing. And if you want to delete any file, RM and file name. As of now, of course, you can give multiple file names also to delete a file. Okay, use symbol that is greater than to write or redirect output to a file. There's a symbol meaning here. Okay, VA is actually something like editor. So Chandu, that is actually something you're opening Notepad, right? So similar to that. Okay, for example, I want to open, right click and open with Notepad, edit. It will open, right? In the same way, that is called VI, editor. Visual interface, VI editor. Okay, you can see. So all these commands, if you want to see what are the commands I just typed, history. I'm just typing here. You can see all my comments today, whatever the comments I just typed. Whatever the comments I just typed, here I'm just giving. Today, all the comments. PWD means present working directory. I'm not giving those. Will come for that. Don't worry. Don't worry about any command. Okay. So whatever I'm just explaining, you try to learn. I'll explain lot of commands. I'll explain. Don't worry about that. Okay. Now your task is actually create 3 EMT files. Okay. Data, test, process. Delete data file. Write message, welcome to test file. Print test file content and process file content. Okay, this is a task for you. Very small task I'm just giving, but of course you have to do. So here I'm just giving even cat space file name to display content of a file as of now. Of course, you can write the content, you can override the content, you can edit the content. Lot of things are there. Okay, hope you are able to do this task, I feel. Okay, so if you face any issues and complications, I give my email ID, right? javabyragu@gmail.com. You can send an email to me. And of course, we have added in WhatsApp group also. Okay, you can even communicate there. And you need to print what is there in the test. What are the content is there in the test and what is the content there in the process. Of course, process is an empty file you need to do. Okay. So if you want to get the output of the file, it's a cat space file name. For example, I want to see cat inform. You will see output of the file. Welcome. The file content as of now. Okay. Don't worry about the commands. We'll come for that. Today, why I'm just giving, instead of creating an empty instance and destroying, okay, I am just giving a small task so that you will do some work. Okay, we'll start actually step by step, all the commands one by one tomorrow onwards. At last, see what I'm just doing, instance state terminate. You also do the same thing. Okay, generally this actually billing is done EC2 pricing. You can see. So here they are saying you have to pay in case of free tier, means your account is free tier, right? Okay, so there are multiple ways to pay for EC2 instance, like we have so many. It's a free tier, 750 hours of T2 micro or T3 micro for the regions. Okay, for each month, 750 hours. Okay, each month it's actually free. More than that, if you use, it is actually going to be, you will get doubt, sir. Okay, in a day it's actually 24 hours. If you, however you calculate, it won't going to be 750, right? That means if you create 2 instance, okay, so you created instance 1 EC2, 1 instance Linux instance 1. Okay, so and if you create EC2 and Linux instance 2 like this, they are going to calculate like this. You can create at a time multiple instances, right? So this is actually running for almost, you are running continuously for 30 hours. Okay, and this you are running for almost like 50 hours parallelly. Okay, or both you are running for 30 hours assumption. That means your 60 hours free is done. Okay, from 750 hours. That's the meaning here. Okay, 750 hours you can practice Of course, you can create max 2 instance and keep it as it is, but don't do that. Terminate once your work is done. Okay. So here billing, for example, if it's not a free account, then how billing is done? Okay. You need to pay per second. By default billing cycle, 1 second is done, you have to pay 1 second bill. If it's not a free tier account, how many seconds you use, that will calculate like a next minute, the cost of unused minute, it will remove. Okay. For example, you used actually for 3 minutes 12 seconds, so it will bill for 3 minutes. Okay. It's if you use for 3 minutes and 12 seconds, the bill is actually generated for 3 minutes. That's actually saying here. Okay. EC2 pricing, there's actually billing removed for the cost of unused minutes or seconds. Okay. That's actually from your bill. So here you, if you want, of course, you can maximize your usages. Okay. With a minimum of 60 seconds, it is going to take. Okay. 1 second incremental with a minimum of 60 seconds. Okay. So here it's actually EBS also will be there. That is called volume. We'll come for that later. It's actually volume will be calculated even for incremental. Okay. EC2 instance, we have to terminate at last. That's a good approach. But remember, point number 1, when you restart, your IP address will be changed. When you restart, your IP address will be changed. When you terminate, you can't reuse that file. And if you lose .pem file, you can't connect to that machine again. Okay, these are the important. Whatever the region you created, in the same region you can find. I did log out. Okay, in the same region you can find. And keep your credentials very safe. And you can see the billing. You can see bills. Okay, estimated total, you can see 0. Always check. Click on your name, top right corner, click on your name and choose account. Then you will come to an option called billings, bills. Okay, always a good approach. Just check every day. Okay, so it's actually billing status, of course, pending. It will update after every 4 hours like that. Okay, estimated grand total, it's a 0 USD. Okay, please don't do any R&D by using AWS account. If you don't know anything in AWS, don't do that. Sir, I'll just try RDS on my own. Please don't do that. Okay, by mistake, if you run unnecessary service or a wrong option, if you choose, okay, it's going to make a complicate. Okay, so please remember, follow my instructions. I'll teach each and everything what is required in AWS clearly. Once you get some experience, then you can do. Okay, not to worry, I'll show everything. Just every day you check bills. Okay, if you get more bill, please let me know. I'll tell the secret what to do for that next. Okay, we have to write to AWS department by saying, okay, I'm a practitioner student. By mistake, I this, please cancel my bill. Like that, you can write it to them. They'll understand. Okay, if you are doing for very first time, they'll consider. Okay, but don't get that, because there is only one chance. Okay, use that one chance properly. Okay, so this all for today. I'm just logging out here. So if you have any questions, you can raise the hand, or else you can leave for the day. I'll post this document, image, and running notes here in the portal. Every day I'll upload as a zip file. You can download. See, in the uploads, I'll be choosing this. Look at what I'm just doing. Today date is actually, I have just taken Linux introduction. You will see the title. Okay, with the date 27/04/2023. AWS Linux instance. Okay, so here I'm going to upload. Already I have done this document, but I'm just redoing for you. This is a Linux document. It's a 27 This is a Linux document. This is a one. Today's image. Running nodes. And AWS2 instance creation setup. These are all the files. I'll make it as a zip. You can unzip, extract, and practice. So you will find a download option for you. You can just download and extract that. So we are going to first learn DevOps, then we are going to come to AWS. Okay, so thank you for session. Continuation we see in tomorrow's class. If you have any questions and all, you can ask. You can raise the hand. I'll allow you to unmute. Akash, please ask your question.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good
Sir,
morning,
could you please
Akash.
explain what is the difference between root directory and home directory?
Root directory, nothing but assumption we have an administrator. Okay, Windows administrator is there who can control entire machine. For them, we have a folder called root. And we have user. For example, Akash is a user, Sriram is a user, Ajay is a user. For every user, a separate folder is created. Okay, that is called home directory. So users files you keep in the home directory, administrator files they'll keep in root directory. That is actually a recommended standard. Hope you got. But we'll come for that later, even once we start the Linux actual concepts. Sriram.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Just wanted to know the how we can download the today's content from website.
Are you added to portal?
Yeah.
So go to that portal, you just log in,
Okay.
go to your course code and just click on download symbol. For me, it won't show download. I think, yeah, this is a download symbol.
Okay.
Just click on the download symbol, you will get it.
Okay.
You extract and practice. Video
Okay.
recording you will get after 4 hours like that.
Same location, right?
Yes, no, not same location. I think you will be having some portal access. I don't know. Please contact admin.
Okay.
How they are sharing, I don't know really. Okay. Generally, if you ask admin, they will explain.
Okay. Another question is which version of Mobile Extreme we need to download?
Temporary current version, any version is fine.
Okay, because there are showing Mobile Extreme
Latest version you download.
Portable or installer edition?
Portable.
Portable. Okay. Thank you.
You will get a extracting zip folder. You extract it and use it.
Yeah.
Sravanti, ask your question.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, you said that a mobile extreme is only for Windows only.
Yes.
But what about Linux, sir?
Linux.
Yes, sir.
Are you using Linux machine?
Yes, sir.
I have shown some commands for Mac users. Did you see that?
No, sir.
Okay. No, today you joined late.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Okay. So those are the commands you need to. I'll do one thing. I'll try to make a small document for Linux or Mac users. I'll post in a WhatsApp group. You please download. Just only 2 commands. Go to that location and type chmod for changing the file permission and just copy paste that SSH line. Same line they will give.
Okay. Thank you.
Same thing for Mac and Linux.
Okay.
Jagadish.
Hi, good morning, everybody. No, so I just want to check it it's not related to today's class. What is exactly difference between bash and shell?
Bash and shell. Okay, we have different types of shells. Okay, one is actually bash, born again shell. Okay, we have some C shell, core shell. Okay, we'll be having different types of shells which are developed by different organizations. Which the shell will take the command and it will interpret. But shell is a concept, like a theory. Okay, person and Ajay. Person is nothing but if you say person, okay, you will imagine something, right? Okay, he will be having 2 eyes, 2 legs, and so some head and all. So, but if you see Ajay, okay, is actually physically present. Shell is a concept, okay, where bash is actually software. What exactly we are using? The terminal is actually called bash, born again shell, C shell. Those are implemented for different organizations. The mostly used shell type is bash, which will convert our commands to kernel understandable format. It will do syntax checking. It will do translation of the commands and all.
Okay. It's like most of the machines that use this bash.
Bash.
Like,
yeah, we are also
how
using
do you-
bash. We'll see bash script and bash usages, how it's different from others even. In the once we go for that, we'll be having in that in course content also. We have that.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Naresh.
Yeah, for me also the same issue regarding the Mac commands. If you could post it in the WhatsApp group, I think that would be helpful.
Sure. I'll just do it now.
Yeah, thank you.
Venkat.
Yes, I have a doubt like that when you remove informed models, which these two files are not related?
Your voice is not clear. It's actually cutting. I'm unable to listen clearly.
Yes. Sir, are you able to hear it?
No, it's actually very low. It's actually coming to me. You can type your question in the chat if possible, even. No issue.
Sure, I will make a chart.
Sunil, ask your question.
Sir, the PEM file we need to create for each instance.
No. One time you create, next time, if you go to creating instance, it will show choose existed one if you have already.
No,
RS, yes,
okay.
RS you can create a new one.
Okay. For example, I'm working on 3 projects, for example. So I created one instance for initially. So we can use that
same
instance for all 3 projects.
No, one instance you can use for 3 projects, not even 3. You can use for 300 also, but we'll be having some structure. I'll show generally. So that project is actually monolithic or microservice is a question number 1. Is the project having automated pipeline? Question number 2. Is that project using containerized structure? Is a question number 3. Based on the designs, we are going to create multiple instances. In case of microservices project, okay, if our project is having 3 microservice, cart, order, and service, we'll create 3 instances. If it's a monolithic application, we create a single instance. But in case of load balancing, we create multiple instances. It's all about design.
Okay, sir.
Okay, the design, nothing but it's a project. Whatever you are asking is simply project.
Okay,
we'll be having different categories. In simple words, I will tell you, we are going to learn Jenkins.
Okay.
For that, we create one Linux instance. We are going to practice Docker. For that, we create one Linux instance. Like the 2 parallelly they are running. Okay, we are going to deploy our project in the Tomcat. For that, we create one more Linux instance. In real time, multiple Linux instances will be created and running parallel.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Tanmay, I'll contact with admin. If you're unable to access the notes, please let me know. I'll ask admin. Might be permission issues and all. Yeah, Chandu will be having sessions on Saturdays also. Sundays, I'll be taking special classes. Yeah. Sridhar, ask your question. Sorry.
Sir, regarding associate architect exam, do you suggest anything else in addition to this course?
Lot of people are asking the same thing. We'll do one thing. Along with your course, I'll take some additional classes. You attend that.
Okay.
So I am just taking some interest. Some people will be saying, sir, I just want some 3 years content. I want to do practice. I want to get a job. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I'll give some additional sessions. There I'll give some instructions, not like everything I'll teach. Okay, what to do for exam and how to prepare, what content you need to have. I can give dumps, okay, that you just by heart, very simple thing. Exam will be having just options. Keep this option, theoretical question, answers. Okay, it's like a theory. There's no practical thing you need to do. Okay, but for that you need to learn some questions, question and answers possibilities. Those if you learn properly, you can attend for exam.
So theory, this is sufficient, and you will give some extra theory. And apart from that, we can take question and answers. That is sufficient. That's the summary, right, sir?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
But in the classes, I'll give maximum practical. I'll be concentrating. Theory, I'll give some documents. Questions, I'll give documents. If you want, you can learn and you can attend to that exam. I'll show the approach also last. Ellis?
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask about the Sunday class. Last week, I think you had it at 10:30 in the morning, at 10:30 morning time. That's like about, I think, 1:30 a.m. at time. I just wonder, was it possible for you to do it a little earlier to accommodate people in the US?
The timings and all I can't change. Actually, here it's a 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. we'll take the session. So, but it's all about multiple students, right? So I can start bit early, but I can't stop that before 8 because I'll be taking some lengthy sessions. Okay, we'll recheck for that. Is there any possibilities and all? I'll talk to admin and I'll confirm with other students regarding the time slot. Okay, it's not like me that I can take the decision. Here, decision makers are bit different people. I'm just the trainer who will give the content and deliver the subject and clarify the doubts.
Thank you, sir.
But this I'll consider your query. Yeah, I'll get it resolved if possible as early as possible. I'll talk to admin.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions?
No, that's all I have.
And someone about to ask a question, actually, I forgot. Please post your questions in the chat in the WhatsApp group also. No issues. If anybody knows answer, you can give reply. Please use WhatsApp group properly. Don't send any message like hi, hello, good morning. Okay. So please add these groups and all. Don't do all these things. Keep a healthy chat conversation. Questions, answers. Any doubts, you can post it there and you can interact among yourself. Okay, I'll also be there. Okay, please don't call to that number. Okay, that is actually dedicated for you. I created a WhatsApp group. Okay, use my email ID in case of any questions. Okay, I'll be giving some additional hour support in Saturdays and Sundays also. Okay, we'll be having regular class every day. In case of any classes cancelled, session is actually postponed, I'll be updating in the WhatsApp group. Okay, if you didn't get any updates, I'll be giving in the WhatsApp group. So any issues, first come to me. Okay, if I am unable to solve, you can go to admin. Okay, technically, any things, financial and functional things and all, okay, please contact admin only. I don't have any other information regarding portal access and video access and all. Thus, that you need to contact to admin. Clear? Have a great day. Please practice, everyone. Practice is the most important thing. Okay, that makes your work easy. Thank you for session. I'm signing off today. We'll connect tomorrow at same time.